Hello, everyone. It's Teresa from Teresa's Spot for Art, where I love showing off my heart and teaching you how to create a little joy in your life through some fun, simple, and quick art projects. Welcome to 5 Minute Flowers. We're going to start out with this fluffy white rose. So let me turn you guys around. I'll be painting on one of these little 3x5 cards so you can see the white clearly. Let me move you down. I have on my palette some plaid folk art paint. I have white, yellow ochre, and some burnt umber. Okay, I'm going to take my brush. I'm just going to dampen it a little bit so my fibers come together and my brush is nice and neat. Then I'm going to put one corner in the white, one corner in the yellow ochre, and I'm going to create this little runway here. Applying a little bit of pressure to my brush so the paint gets up into the bristles, but not up into the metal. Then I'm going to just pick up a little bit of brown on the edge with the yellow ochre and work that in. Again, a little bit of brown and work that in. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little V. I'm going to take my brush up on the chisel edge. I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure. I'm going to push the white out and I'll come back. And that is a little shell stroke. And I'm going to make about 6 of these shell strokes. So I do a mark for an open-ended V. I'm applying a little bit of pressure to my brush. And I'm going to work my way around. So here's my V again. I'm pushing the white part of my brush out. I'm coming back and I'm standing up. Again with the V, I'm pushing the white part of my brush out and standing up. And then the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 petals there for my outside skirt. Okay? I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to double load it again. I want to add back in a little bit of brown to the edge. I'm going to stand up in the middle. I'm going to put some pressure on my brush. I'm going to curve up like an N and come back down and stand back up on my chisel edge. Okay? Then I'm going to start in the same place, but this time I'm going to scoop down. I'm going to make it curly and wavy and come up. And now I have my flower bud in the middle of what's going to be my white rose. I want to come over to my palette. I want to fix my brush. I'm going to pick up some white and some yellow ochre again. I'm going to come back to my flower and I'm going to add 1 petal and 2 petals. And I'm going to work my way around again. I'm just coming up here next to the center. I'm pushing my brush out and back in, out and back in. White, yellow ochre, out and back in, out and back in. And then we can keep adding to this and make our rose as fluffy as we want. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to just add in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. Now we're going to do a little bud. I'm going to pick up my white, my yellow ochre, pick up some brown on the end. And to do a bud, the first thing I'm going to do is to do the rosebud. So I'm going to stand up on my chisel edge. I'm going to push out and down. Pick a little white, pick up a little yellow ochre. I'm going to push down, but now I want it ruffly and up. Fix my brush, white and yellow ochre. And now I'm going to add some petals to the outside of my rosebud. I'm just going to keep going around, switching sides. And adding some petals down there to my rosebud. I'm going to wipe off my brush, put out a little bit of green. Pick up some green here. I'm going to make a stem and a stem. And I'm just going to make a little bit of a cup in there to hold my bud. And then a couple of little leaves on there for my rose. Okay. And then I'm going to wash my brush. And that's how you make a fluffy white rose.